Hey, this is Jeff with Filtered Ink. Today I want to go over a few things on how to get used to the stability ball, Swiss ball, the fitness ball. There's a lot of names for it, but it's pretty much this thing. If you've always seen it, if you haven't used it, or if you use it for like small things like maybe sitting and doing exercises or doing like sit-ups for things, I mean that's a good way to use it, to utilize it. The main thing, if you don't know, it's for your balance. Balance, it utilizes muscles that you have for stability. It utilizes stabilizer muscles, which helps strengthens and helps overall with pretty much everything you do in life: athletics, skiing, snowboarding, sports that take balance. So what we want to go over today is we're going to work on some main exercises that are a little more advanced to help build your core with the Swiss ball. What we're going to do is we're going to kneel on it, and then we're going to stand on it. Then we're going to show you some quick tips on how to get up to doing that quick and easy, and making it look like you know what you're doing after you get used to it. A good way to start out is try to find a good ball. When you start out, you can actually, I think the smaller the ball, the better to start out on with doing this. If nothing else, if you fall off, and you probably will fall off, a few times, the smaller the ball, the less distance you have to the ground, which is a good thing. But yeah, just work with whatever's comfortable. Also, the difference between if you notice some balls are softer and some are harder. What I've noticed, this is my personal preference, is the harder the ball, it's like a sports car sort of. The harder the ball is more of a high performance machine. The softer the ball, it's more like driving like a school bus. So the softer ball, it's slower, and it's going to react slower, and there's going to be some like, what do you call it, some delay in your movements of the body compared to what happens. The harder the ball, it's going to be quicker, twitchier. Every little movement, it's going to show up in the ball. So it's up to you which is more comfortable with, but it's probably going to be a personal preference thing. I like the harder the ball, the more every little movement that you make is going to make a reaction with the ball. But here's a good way to start out, start out kneeling on the ball, like doing this. Focuses on your abs, your obliques, and your lower back, all your core muscles. So a good way to start out with that is take the ball, for example, go up to something that you can hold on to. Or here's like a post right here, here's this, we'll do this right here. Like hold on to it, like put one knee on, bring the other knee up, right? And then hold on to it the whole time, and then just work on just letting go, and then you can keep your hands right next to it, just to make you feel comfortable and safe. And then once you get used to it, you can just go without it altogether. But at first, you're gonna be like, just keep on grabbing onto it, and then eventually you're gonna get the hang of it to where you don't need it anymore, right? And then the same goes with standing on it. I found like an overhead machine, an overhead bar works best when trying to stand on it. And like I started out by jumping up, grabbing hold of it, and then bringing the ball, like I hold the ball hold the ball, like put it in place, jump up, and then while you're hanging, just position the ball. And then instead of having like a bar in front of you, you just have the bar on top, and you just get used to slowly letting go and grabbing back on when you lose your balance. So you get the hang of that also, right? And but eventually you'll be able to just transition from just getting on it on your knees and sitting up to I like to just put one hand in between my knees and one hand to one side and just jump up on it like that. And you bring yourself up like that, and then there you go. And also with these, I like to use the ball for a warm up to my weight exercises instead of say doing the stationary bike, the treadmill, the elliptical machine, for example. I just got so bored of that over the years, and it's like, it seems like a waste of energy. I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. If I want to go warm up like that, I should go out on a bike outside. But I think this is a good warm up. It gets me sweating before I lift weights, so I always do this for a warm up. And like any other exercise, you're gonna want to vary it over time. You don't want to do the same thing over and over. Once you get the hang of it, and once you get really good at what you're doing, you're gonna want to switch it up to something else. But like the main thing I'll start out on my knees, and then, this is gonna have to come in time too. First of all, you just gotta get the hang of doing it. But after you are fine just kneeling on it, then I start to mix it up, and I'll go back and forth. And this is gonna fluctuate between your lower abs and your back muscles. And then I like this for skiing, just go, whoops. Even if you get used to it, you make mistakes. But like I said, I like to get used to this for skiing. You go back and forth, and then just keep on doing that, and then I vary it. So it's up to you how much you want to do, and then eventually you can stand up on it. And then once you get really good at standing on it too, I like to be able to throw in other things, like you can throw in squats with it, and then like after a lot of maneuvering, you can get like a bar on your shoulders or have somebody else hand it to you. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Ask any questions, make any comments on what else you'd like to see, what you'd like to me to incorporate with this, and I'll be happy to bring it in and answer any questions. This is Filtered Ink. Thanks.